All right, everyone. Welcome to our live rehearsal slash mini concert thingamabob. We are Diagonal Horizon. We are a progressive rock and psychedelic folk group from Cincinnati, Ohio. And here are going to debut a few songs for you. We'll start with Before the Flood and the Great Pineal Flood. We'll then play Letters from Cimarron. And then we are going to do a real treat for you. We're going to do a little thing we call the cremation of Sam McGee. Anyways, without further ado, here we go with Before the Flood. Here comes the Great Pineal Flood. tough one. I have all those spider chords making my hands tingle. Alrighty. For our next song, we're going to play something called Letters from Cimarron. It's a little trippy, kind of Pink Floyd-ish. But here we go. If you want to do winds of healing, you should go straight into the closer.
Take it away on winds of healing, and I will come in later. Just
grab my laptop, start it up, get Sam McGee ready.
Second room?
Yeah. The one just going straight down there.
Say that it's a semi-intermission.
Alright, we're going for a semi-intermission now. For a very final song, the cremation of Sam McGee, it's set to a poem, a very long one. like, way too long to memorize. So he's going off to grab my tablet so he has those lyrics. In the meantime, I'm going to play you an instrumental preview of one of our newer songs, Winds of Healing. This one's also based out of when I was singing out at Philmon's. But this one's more of like a pop punk type thing. Anyways, here we go.
done in the midnight sun by the men who boil for gold. That would make your blood run cold. Arctic Tales. Oh, you're okay. The Northern Lights have seen queer sights, but the queerest they ever did see was the night of the march of Lake LaBarge. I cremated Sam McGee. Now that Sam McGee was from Tennessee, where the cotton blooms and blows, why he left his home in the South to roam round the pole, God only knows. He was always cold, the land of gold seemed to hold him like a spell. Though he'd often say in this homely way that he'd sooner live in hell. On a Christmas day, we were mushing our way to the Dawson Trail. Talk over your cold, through the parka's fold, it stabs like a driven nail. If our eyes we close, then the lashes rose, so sometimes we couldn't see. It wasn't much fun, but the only one to whimper was Sam McGee. And that very night, as we lay packed tight in our robes beneath the snow, and the dogs were fed, and the stars ordered were dancing heel and toe, he turned to me, and Cap, said he, I'll cash in this trip, I guess. And if I do, I'm asking that you won't refuse my last request. Well, he seemed so low that I couldn't say no. Then he says with a sort of moan, it's the cursed cold, and it's got right hold, so I'm chilled clean to the bone. Yet tain't me dead, it's my awful dread of the icy grave that pains, so I won't swear that you, that foul warfare, will cremate my last remains. A pal's last need is a thing to heed, so I swore I would not fail. And we started on the streak of dawn, but God, he looked ghastly pale. He crouched on the sleigh, and he raved all day that his home in Tennessee. And before nightfall, a corpse was all was left of Sam McGee. There wasn't a breath in that land of death, and I hurried, horror-driven, with a corpse half hid that I couldn't get rid because of a promise given. It was lashed to the sleigh, and it seemed to say, you may tax your brawn and brain, but you promised true, and it's up to you to cremate his last remains. Now a promise made, debt unpaid, and the trail has its own stern code. In the days to come, though my lips were dumb, in my heart how I cursed that load. In that long, long night, by the lone firelight, while the huskies round in a ring howled their woes to the homeless snows, oh God, how I loathed the thing. And every day that quiet clay seemed to heavy and heavier grow. And on I went, though the dogs were spent, and the grub was getting low. The trail was bad, and I felt half mad, but I swore I would not give in. And I'd often sing to the hateful thing, and it hearkened with a grin. Till I came to the marge of Lake LaBarge, and directly there lay, it was jammed in the ice. What I saw in a trice, it was called the Alice May. And I looked at it, and thought a bit, and I looked at my frozen chum. Then here, said I, with a sudden cry, is my crematorium. Some planks I tore from the cabin floor, and I lit that boiler fire. Some coal I found was laying around, and I heaped the fuel higher. The flames just soared, and the furnace roared. Such a blaze you seldom see. And I burrowed a hole in the glowing coal, and I stuffed in Sam McGee. And then I made a hike, for I didn't like to hear him sizzle. So, and the heavens scowled, and the huskies howled, and the wind began to blow. It was icy cold, but the hot sweat rolled down my cheeks, and I don't know why. And the greasy smoke in an inky cloak went streaking down the sky. I do not know how long in the snow I wrestled with grisly fear, but the stars came out, and they danced here again, and I ventured here. I was sick with dread, but I bravely said, I'll just peep inside. I guess he's cooked, and it's time I looked. Then the door I opened wide, and there sat Sam, looking cool and calm, in the heart of the furnace roar. And he wore a smile you could see a mile, and he said, please close that door, it's fine in here. But I greatly fear that you'll let in the cold and storm. So I left Plum Tree down in Tennessee. It's the first time I've been warned.
Thank you for tuning in to our live stream, everyone. We'll probably be doing one of these every week or two for a while. It just depends on what you guys think. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone, and see you next time. Once again, this is Joe Stoner and Martin Overmeyer, Diagonal Horizon. If you like our stuff, hit us up. We can make background music for your videos. We can even do some gigs. Just let us know. Thank you for tuning in, everyone, and you have a blessed evening.